Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! Wow! Who the fuck is that guy?
My balls are hot.
Did you watch the boxing on the weekend?
Just the Pac-Man
Well,
fight.
I mean-
Just the Pac-Man fight. Oh, you were there.
Yeah.
So
I was there. That was that. But did you watch the fight? Well, we didn't.
that was a
because we were
bit
watching them.
disingenuous.
That was a pretty crappy way to say because
You lied right off the bat.
I did. I apologize. I apologize. That Badou Jack.
Wait, sorry. First off,
Oh. What's going on? Yeah. We should point out that we have video.
yeah,
Welcome. Hello. For the first time.
yeah, exactly.
That's good. You can see our ugly heads, which is good or bad. Either
Yeah,
way.
it depends how you're looking at it.
Yeah. Looking at it.
Let's get into the boxing, huh?
The point that I wanted to make was that Badou Jack versus Marcus Brown fight was that the bloodiest fight you've ever seen. Now 3 weeks ago, we were talking about Cowboy Oliveira copping that
Y cut.
Y cut to the head. This could potentially be worse than that.
See, the cut is probably one of the worst cuts ever. I mean, honestly, the
Horrible.
blood though. There's been some bloodier UFC fights.
Yes, definitely.
That's the bloodiest boxing
Fight you've ever
fight
seen.
I've ever
It's
seen.
bad. It's bad.
I've never seen a cut. I mean, barring Mike Tyson eating Evander Holyfield's ear. Honestly, barring that, have you
Yeah.
seen anything that bad?
Not like that. No,
Not that deep.
No.
That's
Well,
freak.
it came from a headbutt.
clash,
There's a
yeah.
photo of Tony Weeks, the referee. Literally looks like a scene from Saw.
It looks like a surgeon.
It does look like a surgeon,
Yeah.
a black surgeon from the hood. What's wrong with that?
Why does he have to be from the hood? Why did his race play any part of
Because
who
he's
he is?
black. He's a black surgeon from the hood.
He's 20 weeks. Just 20. He's a human for starters. Why? No, wait. First off. Why is he just not a surgeon? Stefan, what would you call?
Why can't he be a black surgeon from
What
the
would
hood?
you call a black pilot?
A pilot.
A pilot, because it's irrelevant.
But
what his skin
But you
colour
won't
is.
see a white surgeon in the hood.
Why?
You wouldn't say
Plenty of white
what-
people live in the hood. Have you not heard of the South?
I wasn't trying to be bloody racist, bro. You've turned me into this racist. I'm not even a racist now.
And people can see you now.
I know.
There goes your careers, just gone. Alright,
Gone.
there goes your career. Everything crumbled around you.
Oh.
Like he's like Badou's forehead.
Yes, basically. And that video, he was saying that he got, obviously it was a massive headbutt. But literally, it looks like, it's just like a, how would you describe
Someone hit him
that?
with a fucking axe, man, to the head.
But what would you describe that as, like, you know, like when you see in Antarctica, where you see like the ice just separate,
A crevice.
a crevice? That's what's been made in his head.
Oh, okay.
A crevice in his head.
It run in your head from a fucking cloud. And they let him fight. He went 3 more rounds.
I know. It's disgraceful.
Or was
That-
it 6 more rounds? When did it happen? 10 rounds? 10 rounds, right?
It was 10 round
Check
fight.
here quickly. It says... Oh, maybe they don't fucking mention it. But he definitely went a couple more rounds after this even happened. They let him keep going.
Yes.
Now, I don't understand why they'd let him keep going.
It immediately should. Well, you see it in UFC, the cut's that bad, you just stop. The fight gets stopped. The referee pulls them apart, take it to their corner. The doctor will come in, check it. And
Look, I understand from a medical standpoint, not that I'm a doctor, but what I'm trying to say is I understand
You're
in
not a
terms of...
doctor.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Nothing. No, that I guess from what I understand is that it's just not a area in which would lead to severe damage. Like there's no major blood vessels or nerves that run through there. I think there's a lot of smaller blood vessels, which is why you can get heavy bleeding, but it generally stops
Yeah.
after a little bit.
Well, that's why...
It's a big difference to in MMA where you get cuts here.
Yeah.
Where I think again, I'm just fucking talking shit, but I'm pretty sure the cutting your eyebrow
Yeah.
are prone to splitting a lot more than
Yeah, they are.
the forehead forehead cuts.
Yeah.
And obviously ones that are right near your eye, so underneath, are terrible for your actual thing. So they stop it when it's somewhere, like somewhere in a prominent area that's known to split further or will damage your, your fucking ability to see.
Yeah. Well, fun fact, for those of you that I'm about to ruin some WWE fans here, that we're about to ruin their lives, but back in the day when they used to obviously bleed, they would blade, and that's where they would blade. They'd blade here. So if you see a lot of like Ric Flair, Devon Dudley, two perfectly good examples. If you look at their foreheads now, it's completely cut up.
That old Arab guy.
Oh,
has a terrible forehead.
Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik.
The worst forehead.
And possibly the funniest like persona in the world.
Crazy.
But
his forehead
they all cut. They either cut down this way or they cut like that.
Yeah.
Just to bleed.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Many a HIV was spread apparently. Mm-hmm. Many a bloodborne disease was spread.
That is correct because they used to carry a little blade.
Yeah, but then also they were doing nasty shit in the back. That was the wild days.
Yeah, the wild
West. Joe Rogan with Jake the Snake.
Yes,
one of the best podcasts ever.
That Mike Tyson. Literally, it was just an hour and a half of just
best stories
talking about drugs.
Good.
And I've never heard Mike Tyson be so happy. He sounded so happy and so funny. He was laughing.
It's good that he's happy.
Yeah, it is. It is. But one cool thing about that too was it sounded like he just didn't want to talk about boxing at all. Speaking about boxing reminded me of a dark time in his life. Like even though he's known for being the youngest ever heavyweight champion of all time, did all the things that he did, and it was all iconic, and we've come to love him for that. He hated that.
I think you look at it in a more positive light, and he's remembered for being one of the baddest men on the planet. Yeah. And I don't think he likes that. No. So that's why I think you think of it in a more positive way, maybe because you're a fight fan, but you look at it in terms of, him being the youngest. Well, I don't think but a lot of people look at him as one of the fucking baddest people to ever do it. Yes. And terrifying, knocking people out, biting ears off, and saying he's going to eat someone's children. Yeah. And then, owning two tigers or a tiger. He never liked that. And then people brought up, now look, he did bad shit.
He did.
The ironic thing is, we won't dive too deep into it, but it's ironic that he smacked a bitch out, right? He bashed the shit out of his wife, right?
Went to jail for it, yeah.
Went to jail for it. Did some other bad shit. Yeah. But because he's a champ, it kind of gets...
Yeah. But I feel like we also I feel like we live in a time where we tend to celebrate all these bad people.
But can you separate, and this is a good argument that's actually happening right now, with the artist, R. Kelly. Okay, now he'd be pissing on little girls. Yes. So let's scrap him together. But okay, let's say people like there was someone else. Who else did some bad shit but's also a singer? I mean, all of them. Chris Brown. Okay.
Bash
Rihanna. Now, maybe it's a bad example again because it doesn't seem like he's gotten any better. But there have been other people. Yeah. Mark Wahlberg nearly killed an Asian dude. You know about this? Back in like the 1980s? Nearly bashed him to like an inch of his death.
Is that when he was Marky Mark?
When he was Marky Mark, Jack Marky Mark, and Calvin Klein. Dick swinging in that tidy whities. I love that song, that Marky Mark song. And the Funky Bunch. Yeah. Anyway, someone like that has clearly repented and moved on. Yeah. Okay.
Now he's in movies with instant families. Yeah. About kids, bringing kids out of the...
saving whole universes with the Transformers.
Correct.
Yeah. So... My point is that are you able to separate what he's done with his art? You may not count Transformers as art, but can you able to separate it?
I think to my point, I was more leaning towards like the Pablo Escobars, and like we're celebrating people that have, like, you see people walking down the street wearing Escobar shirts.
He did good as well,
but he also killed so many innocent people,
thousands, and also helped thousands of people.
But he also killed thousands of people.
That's what I'm trying to say to you, bro. Now, Hitler. Let's do this right now since you already started shit about a race. Let's do this right now.
I mean, that was unintentional, my discussion about race.
I love Adolf Hitler. No. Okay, it's that. There's an eagle that looks like the Nazi eagle up here, for real though.
There's a swastika.
Yeah, he didn't in this subject. No, it's a slippery slope. That the whole argument's slippery slope. Yeah. Because look, he killed millions of people.
He did.
But also pulled a country out of turmoil. Them people were starving. They're burning their own money. I'm a history nut, so I'm not going to get into it.
And I'm not.
Yeah, no, we could change this whole podcast around.
We could, but I'd
when
leave. Or fall asleep.
It cuts half an hour later.
Or fall asleep, whatever comes
It's
first.
just me talking all this stuff. Now look, anyway, we won't get into it. It's a slippery slope what you're saying, but the point is, can we separate it? Let's just
Yeah.
we'll try to figure that out. Can you separate someone's past?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard because, we obviously, I don't advocate anything to do with domestic violence or anything like that. I think everybody that does it's a piece of shit.
Well, okay. Again, let me just quickly jump in there. I don't think
John.
yeah, exactly. But I don't think people always need to preface everything by saying I don't support it. The baseline for everyone should be he already doesn't support it.
Yeah, it's true.
And then let him go do something,
Yeah.
and then he'll be like,
That's
so,
true.
everyone doesn't need to constantly be like, oh, make sure you know. Like I just made that joke about Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
All right, the baseline should be.
Well, I'm clearly not a racist, and I just made a
That's
joke about.
the next podcast. We'll deal with that on the weekend
That's if I'm
podcast.
still here. That's if I'm still here.
Yeah. So anyway, continue what you're gonna say. So do you feel like we can separate it just to wrap this topic up?
It's hard. It's hard to do that because I guess you kind of have to separate it. If you're not a fight fan, you don't separate it. If you're not somebody that respects the
No,
sport,
do we have to though? Look, I agree with you. So first off, I agree with what you're saying already. I feel like there's ability to separate it. Now, what they do in the octagon ring or on the field is completely different. Look at some of those NFL players. Man, I'm not the biggest NFL nut, but the ability to fucking throw 40 yards, whatever, gets completely erased once they make a mistake.
yeah,
One good example is kind of Dwight Howard at the moment.
Yeah.
Now again, I'm not following it too often. I'm not following
he
it.
didn't really do anything that badly.
He didn't. But people are burning his jerseys on
It's
Twitter
bad.
because he been fucking dudes.
Yeah.
See?
But it'd be better. I think it'd be better for him if he came out and said, "Look, I'm gay."
That's
Or,
that's
look,
another
I like-
topic. That's another topic. What I'm saying is that why
know-
are people not able to separate him already doing it? Now, he hasn't done as well as he used to, but
Yeah.
if you remember, I learned that Magic Dwight Howard blocking cunts left and right.
Yeah.
Again, that's the last time I was really following the NBA back in those days.
Yeah.
But people forget about that just because.
Well, looks like they have. I mean, America in its own little nut in itself. I mean, America, they take things. They just like they're more erratic with
They're
their
fucking
thoughts and their
insane.
decisions.
Insane.
They're fucked. Something happens like the example you just made. Done. They wash their hands of it. It's done. It's finished.
But it's you know what? Maybe not America. It's the internet culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once one way goes, that's the end of it.
That's
but
done, yeah.
I guess look, this is a good segue into Greg Hardy.
Well, yeah. Well, obviously there was the way that the fight ended was there was a freaking illegal knee. Now, the question that I put out on the Instagram page was, do you think that? I'll ask you this question. I want your opinion of it. Do you think that was due to inexperience, or he's just dumb cunt and just did it just to get out of it?
I personally feel, I don't know, as a Dan Hooker, crazy comment he said about it. I truly believe he did it out of frustration.
Yeah.
So I truly believe he did it because he knew he couldn't, his standard bang wasn't working here.
Yeah.
He needed that big, he was gassed. He was getting gassed already. Second round, he's getting gassed. First off, when he had him in that position, he could have swung a fucking uppercut. I'm pretty sure.
Because he had the hands over the head.
I'm pretty sure Crowder had nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't think he even had his hands up. Wasn't he trying to plant himself?
It looked like it.
So I feel like he was frustrated and just wanted to fucking knee him.
Yeah. Well, Hardy came out in all the interviews that he's had, and he's turned around and he said that he came down to inexperience. He came down to mistiming. Now, do I believe that he mistimed it?
Yeah.
This is what I think. I think that either the UFC PR team or his own personal team have come out and said, "Look, man, you're already fucked going into this fight. You're already the bad guy going into this fight. Now, this fight was supposed to elevate you to turn around and be the best, right?
Yeah.
Oh, not the best, but like turn around and put that shit behind you and be respected as a fighter, right? You've gone done and fucked yourself by being disqualified in the co-main event of the first fight card on ESPN Plus, right? Now, what we need you to do is to turn around and say, look, it came down to inexperience. I'm really sorry. You know, I mistimed it. You know, I was expecting him to do this. You know, I personally thought that he was, you know, wasn't grounded. I've kneed him. Go down that road. And literally that in every single interview that he's had since that fight finished to now, that's all he said. That's all he said. I agree with you. I think that when you are the type of person that Greg Hardy is, now allegedly he's obviously bashed his girlfriend or wife or whatever, right? But at the same time, when somebody has that type of aggression in them and they get into that state of mind where, oh, I'm just going to fucking boom.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's where I agree with you. I just feel like he just got emotional just in that moment. He's like, oh, fuck this guy. Bang!
And you can't have that.
You know?
You can't have that. You can't have that for the safety of the fighters, and you can't have that for respect of martial arts in general. You need to be able to control yourself.
Correct.
And that's what I truly believe what happened. He kind of came out and said, look at me, you know, some guy called him a cheater or some shit.
Or they were saying on when the post-fight interview, the post-fight conference, they were turning around and asking him the question of, you know, people on social media turning around and calling you a cheater. What do you have to say about that? And obviously he turned around and said that, you know, he was bringing up some of his he's been a little bit cocky, if you want me to be honest. Did they have the exact quote? Because I don't want to.
He's like, look, ask. He goes, ask Tom Brady when I sacked him. Now, Tom Brady the GOAT, man.
Well, today he single-handedly got the Patriots into the Super Bowl.
You thinking what seventh? Would this be the seventh ring?
I think it's his seventh.
Right, 6th or 7th ring?
Again, I don't follow NFL.
I want to.
So do I.
I'll put this out right now.
So do
I might start dick riding Patriots right now. Lube up dick ride Patriots right now.
But how long is Tom Brady's 41?
No, he's on his way out. But they still got Gronk, don't they? Gronk's a fucking unit.
Gronkowski.
He just proposed to a weapon.
Did he?
Yep.
Fun fact: his best friend, he's best friends with Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley, who's in WWE.
He also did stand up.
He did.
Terrible.
Yep.
Thought it was terrible.
Bombed. Is what they call him there.
Yeah. I thought it was terrible. Yeah, I really want to get into that. Just on a fucking side now. I think I want to try it. You know.
So do we think that like it wasn't just the illegal knee in this fight. He did not look prepared at all. He just thought that he was going to come in here, smoke this guy in 15 seconds and be done with it. After literally the first minute of the fight, gassed. Had nothing.
He had no real technique in terms of the strikes. But let me say, fucking speed and power, but man, in the first 15. In that first round, I kind of feel like he had... Okay, look.
He got taken down.
You remember when we were saying that he got taken down? Yeah, twice, I think. When Crowder wanted to stand and bang.
Yeah, that was in the round. That was second round.
Second round. I remember I was laughing my fucking ass off because I don't care how confident Crowder was feeling. Now, Crowder must have been like, I got this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, take him down one more time.
Yeah.
Why would you stand and bang with someone like that?
Yeah.
Why?
Like,
it's like imagine someone doing that to Derek Lewis.
Yeah. That game plan for Crowder to come in here and take him down worked.
I don't think it was a game plan. Again, I'm not aware of his overall career.
Yeah.
But I believe DC might have been DC saying that he's not known for this ground game.
Yeah.
He didn't start looking for a takedown. I think that he realized and adjusted in the fight. Sorry, that when he got into the ground, he realized, man, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's nothing there that's gonna worry me. If I was Crowder, I would have chucked a Stipe and just held him down, drain him to nothing.
Yeah.
And then use the crowd as a little bit of a trampoline, and then just fucking bash the shit out of him for round 3.
Yeah.
Should have taken his time. Crowder's been fighting. What was the Crowder 10 and now he's 11 and 2 or something, I believe.
I think so.
We'll be able to find it out right here. So we go to the fight card. Good for Crowder also to get up there. No, sorry, 9 and 3. So 10 and 3, yeah. 10 and 3. So 10 and 3 now.
Yeah.
fuck, man, it still annoys me that this guy's 2-0 and he's on a main card, a main event. I mean, that's just a whole nother discussion. That is ridiculous.
I know.
What draw is there? Tell me now, how was the draw that we're going to have this guy, who's, again, probably one of the most hated people next to Covington right now?
Yeah.
What was the draw here? The knockout? Like, maybe they're chasing like an epic knockout? I feel like other people have bigger knockouts.
The name that comes from him being, the NFL player.
Is he famous over there?
In NFL,
was he famous in NFL? Because I don't know.
Because like I was saying before, America are very erratic. That women's shit came out, and the NFL just.
Yeah, but look, I'd like to think I'm not plugged into the individual sports, but I'm plugged into the news, sport news in general.
Yeah,
I never heard of him prior to this. No. But again, my bad. My bad if the ignorance there is that he is actually a famous NFL player, and that's the draw. But none of that thing that he did in the NFL seemed to be able to outshine his past indiscretions as a alleged woman beater.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and what else didn't make sense to me is why Alan Crowder was named Pretty Boy. I don't understand the nickname of Pretty Boy. Alan Pretty Boy Crowder.
Zero. Man, maybe he does real well. Maybe he does real well with the ladies. Now, you may be able to hear my 6-month-old dog killing my girlfriend. Now, if this happens, it's going to be a bit lonely in this place with a 16-kilo Australian bulldog who has a taste for human flesh.
Yes.
She could be dead right now, but we've got a podcast to do, so let's keep doing this.
Rolling on.
No, look, let's just leave Greg Hardy. I don't feel like he deserves anything more.
Any more time. Again, this is just... like I said before, I think that the UFC have told him to come out and say, look, this is... You just play ignorant, just be the person that you think that, you didn't know what you were doing and go from there, which he's already done in all of his interviews that he's done. I think he's just plain stupid. I think he knew exactly what he was doing, and it is what it is.
I think he's done.
I hope he is.
I think he's finished.
Do you think the UFC will continue to have him on?
I think he's finished. I think Dana White could not be any angrier to have the ESPN. What is Dana's big thing, man? Over and over and over again, you hear he wants everything to be professional. He brought in Reebok, possibly one of the worst sports deals I've ever seen.
Yes.
Just for that simple fact, because he didn't want all the branding everywhere.
That's right.
I agree with that. Some of their branding started to look a bit crazy, but it's also bullshit to then have all that same branding on the mat floor. So
yeah.
Look. Whatever, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. That's a whole fucking another kettle of fish.
It is. Well, since we've already started talking about Greg Hardy, do we want to dive into breaking down this Cejudo Dillashaw fight card?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we're already balls deep in there.
I'll read out the I think it's always a good point to read out the fight of the nights and all the bonuses and whatnot. I feel like people are interested in that sort of stuff. Would you agree?
Yeah. Well, I'm quickly as you look that up, some of the smaller fights that happen on the early prelims and the prelims, I'll go through quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we've got, man, I don't even know some of these guys.
Ring counter.
He won
over Stewart.
There you go. There. Neil won.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that's Neil.
Yep.
I'm going to say that's Muhammad.
That's definitely Muhammad.
I'm going to say it's Muhammad.
Dennis Bermudez
retired.
Yeah.
So retired. I think he had some family problems I caught at the end there. I think his uncle's going through cancer or some treatment there. So good luck to him in all his future endeavors.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
He's given the prime of his life really to the sport. That's right. It's always heavy. Like I think I was saying this to you on the day. It's so heavy, and I feel bad for people who give all this to it. I mean, granted, they love the sport, so it's not like they're losing. But not to make it to like a nice little middle ground.
Yeah,
it's
always hard. It's always hard.
I think I'd be happy. At like a Michael Chiesa kind of Al's doing really well right now.
Yeah,
but
that fighting is Khabib elevated him.
Yeah, an hour level where you cover enough, you pay your fight camp, and you got to be extra money, grab a car here or there, and you're happy covering bills.
Yeah,
but you still have to have a job on the side.
That's right.
I think at that point you're doing all right. You got your job, but then you're also getting some extra dosh on the side. You get a fight of the night here or there, $50K in the bank.
That's right.
Anyway, so you got that. So we got Sandhagen versus Batista.
Yep, Sandhagen getting it done,
and then Menningfield versus Castro. Now, first off, good fight.
Very good fight. Menningfield getting it done.
I actually really enjoyed that fight.
Yeah.
Castro is huge. But Mannyfield's also Jack City, man.
Well, they both came from the Dana White's Tuesday night contender series.
Castro's 6'3". Was he 6'2" or 6'3"?
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, awesome fight, man. I really like what was happening there. I'm pretty sure. No, that was the other fight. That was someone's had some ridiculous takedown defense, huh? I think it was Castro had some really good takedown defense in the past. Takedowns defended.
Yeah,
that's just that's an individual. That's an individual.
I'm just trying to find that clip of Manyfield.
Oh man, sorry.
that was the honestly one of the funniest things.
Does Alonzo Manningfield have the least emotive face of all time?
Oh my god, that was so funny. I just want to thank my fans, my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York.
Look right into the camera.
Yeah, New York. The funniest. It was the funniest thing.
You had to be there. You had to be there.
Jump on the fight pass and rewatch it. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
It was fucking hilarious.
Post fight. But Derek Lewis saying that his
balls were hot. Next we got Calderwood.
Well, Lipsky came into this fight with a lot of heat. She obviously they were hyping her up. They were playing all these videos about her. It reminded me a lot of Rousey versus Nunes, where they just pumped all their advertising and all their video packages and whatnot into Ronda Rousey, and they did the same thing here with Lipsky. She's got the best nickname, the Queen of Violence, and undoubtedly she's a beast. She's a massive kickboxer. Her striking's on another level, but Jojo Calderwood she knew exactly what she was doing and dominated that whole fight.
Well, she's apparently done so well that they couldn't even upload stats for Lipsky.
Well, this was her debut in the UFC.
Yeah. So, I thought Lipsky actually outstruck Joanne. Now, not that it was one-sided. I just thought that there was more to it.
Yeah.
More to her stand-up game.
Yeah. But
again, I was saying this before, that I was so surprised that someone coming right out of Brazil had that lack of jiu-jitsu skill.
That's right. When Joanne was just taking her down, and Lipsky didn't really have an answer for her on the ground.
That last minute of round one, just waiting for that armbar to pull. I think armbar or triangle. We just waiting for that to pull off, but she just got time was on her side and she got out of it. She didn't get submitted in the end at all.
Yeah.
But man, she was going to take it now. Oh, I think she did. There was a clean spinning. Was it spinning back? Was spinning back fist or something? She pulled off a sick or overhand right into a takedown. Just
unbelievably. Was that overhand right into a takedown?
Unbelievably clean takedown by Jojo there. So
Calderwood post fight, because I know that Jessica I in the same weight division, Jessica I had come out after this fight and tweeted out to Calderwood, telling her to get her cardio right. And Calderwood replied back saying, "I'll get my cardio right on your face," or something like that.
Yeah, I'm so Facebook fights, huh?
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, basically. But it was again, she came in with a lot of heat. Disappointing fight for her.
There's something there.
Oh, definitely. I think she'll be back. I think that she felt, I don't know, the nerves of being on your first UFC card, you know, all this hype and all these people talking about you and all the social media attention, not to mention, you know, she's a beautiful girl and, you know, all of a sudden...
Look, I think two things there. First off, I feel like it kind of just shows that maybe this reinforces that point that the UFC is where the elite is.
Yeah, not to mention that Calderwood's been in the UFC for 5 years now.
Yeah, no, you know, so
been around for a while.
But so you know, these people come in with sometimes clean records. You know, 11-3 is not bad.
Yeah.
Already in the first place, but you come into the UFC, maybe you are actually fighting the best, and it's a discussion that we'll never be able to really find out.
That's right.
Until they do my idea of a cross promotional champ belt. So there's a unified belt where you only happens maybe every 2 years. And all the current champs have to fight each other for this unified belt.
All the current champs, which organizations?
Bellator, One,
UFC.
and UFC. I'm pretty sure they're the three biggest, right?
Well, World Series of Fighting.
How big are they in comparison?
Well, they apparently big enough to give out $1 million checks to
I know, but you know, I don't think they're as big as.
And again, you probably need 4 promotions.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I think I was thinking about this before. You can't do 3. Yeah. Okay, we'll chuck them in there. But just so you get all the division champs They all fight each other.
But I feel like there should be like the World Series of
knockouts, yeah.
But I feel like the World Series of fighting should be that premiere.
Yeah, but
where all the organizations come together and do like a tournament style.
But they don't want to dilute their own belts. Everyone likes to think their belt's more. And honestly, the most
UFC.
highly lauded belt is the UFC right now.
one.
Maybe the UFC can just be like, here, come grab a UFC unified belt.
That's true.
They still call it UFC belt,
Yeah,
but they allow you to do a one-time fight over here
that's true.
and let them do that. But that's a discussion.
Speaking of the belt, we didn't even touch on it at the start of the belt. What do you think of the new design?
Oh man, it's the picture. Didn't like it. This is so weird. So the picture, I didn't like it. I thought it kind of looked fake. I watched the video, but again, maybe the video is gleam or something. Like the 60 FPS in the video, it kind of made it look beautiful. Honestly,
It was a little bit fake.
in person, like on Cejudo,
Yeah,
it looked fake on a fake champ.
yeah. Oh,
I'm joking. He's a gold medalist, bro. He's done more than me.
Is he a gold medalist? I'll tell you what. I didn't hear
You
it
didn't
once.
know? No.
Did not hear it once.
I want to let you know he's a gold medalist.
Is he?
Cejudo's told me to let you know that he's a gold medalist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
He personally messages
Didn't know.
everyone that follows him, okay, and said, "Hey, can you just let whoever you're speaking
wait,
to today?"
one sec. I just got a notification. Hold on. Oh, Cejudo just messaged me.
Oh, he's messaged you as well.
Hey, bro. Just letting you know, I'm a gold medalist.
Oh, oh okay. So
And then he put the gif of him throwing the snake.
snake?
And that,
Okay,
and that
yeah. Well, he did it.
cringe.
He did
I saw that and I went.
So you had a cringe fit, huh?
I saw that when Dana White gave him the bag and he grabbed the bag like this and opened it up and like this the snake and went, mate. This is my reaction.
Oh yeah.
You know
knocked out.
a snail. You know a snail when you touch the eye of the snail
And it
and,
just
then
retracts?
the eye just goes.
Just retracts in. Yeah,
That was me.
100%.
That was me when I saw that. Let's obviously the next fight's the Cerrone fight, which we'll get into in a second. But I'll just run through the bonuses. So people got paid. I won't take too long on this. Donald Cerrone, highest paid of the night, made 450 Gs. 165 to show, 165 win bonus, 50 grand fight of the night, and then 50 grand performance of the night. Now, something I didn't know, maybe I'm just uneducated, but fighters get incentivized for doing the fight week stuff. So like going to do open workouts.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So Cerrone got paid 20 grand.
They miss training camp when they're doing that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they just have
You're
to
cutting
reschedule
weight.
it. Yeah.
No, but there's only so many hours in the day.
It's true.
You're cutting weight.
It's
Imagine TJ Dillashaw, 0 time to do anything else. He had no time to live. Basically, he was
true.
dying.
That's true.
So you got to remember. I don't think he did much beyond the open workouts.
Cerrone, or we had the...
Sorry,
the-
TJ.
well, the press conferences.
I'm sure Cerrone is feeling great at lightweight.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely looked great, that's for sure. All right, Cejudo, 440 grand, 350 grand to show. Obviously, that's championship money, 350 grand to show. If Cerrone's only getting 165 to show, and Cejudo's getting 350 grand to show, it's championship money. Because obviously TJ Dillashaw is getting paid 350 grand to show as well. Or it's just main event. You've been in the main event, you get paid that much. So 350 grand to show, 50 grand performance of the night, 40 grand fight week incentive. Dillashaw, 390 total. So 350 to show, 40 grand fight week incentive. Benavidez got paid 172 grand, 76 to show, 76 win bonus, 20 grand fight week. Tashira, 160 grand, 75 to show, 75 to win, 10 grand fight week bonus. Paige Van Zandt, 91 grand in total, 43 grand to show, 43 win bonus, 5 grand fight week. Dennis Bermudez, 75 grand, 30 grand to show, 30 grand to win, 15 grand bonus. And something that surprised me, Alexander Hernandez, $70,500 he got paid in total. 17 grand to show, 50 grand fight of the night, and 3.5 grand fight week. Now, if he didn't get fight of the night,
20 grand, huh?
if he didn't get fight of the night, he gets 17 grand.
Didn't he get 17 to show?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then he got 3,000 on the...
Yeah, so if they went fight of the night, he would only got 17 grand. Oh, and the 3.5.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
to show.
20
So 20 grand.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: on top of your fight camps and paying all your trainers, if you're getting paid 20 grand to fight, Do you think how much after taxes and then after paying everybody, how much are you taking home from that?
Nothing. Probably nearly nothing. You then, I think I'm actually pretty sure a lot of them prepay. A lot of the guys,
Yeah.
they pay in like lump sums, so then they can go straight back into camp when they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Rather than dealing with a payment each time. Look,
That's getting paid. Would you be a fighter for 20 grand? For 20 grand, if you knew that every fight you were going in to get, you would get paid 20 grand. Just think, 3 fights in a year, that's 60 grand.
well, there's your mistake. I'm not fighting to then fight again at thing. I'm fighting so I'll make more next time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that I think that was there the
Well,
flaw in what you say.
after Hernandez's loss, he's probably not going to make any more.
No, you probably okay, but you don't look for that. You don't
No.
strive towards that.
No.
You know, if I step into that octagon, I'm clearly going to because I've done jiu-jitsu twice. Okay.
Yeah. I've had one more session than you. So, technically, I'm better than you.
Technically, you can teach me now. But I know that if I take on Aaron Lipsky, I'll take her down. I've got a chance.
Yes. Yes, I think we all do. Who has a better chance? Who has a better chance? Just jiu-jitsu. Lipsky or Francis Ngannou?
Now, at first, I was going to say Greg Hardy.
Oh, no.
And I say-
Lipsky.
It wouldn't be the first time he's taken. And the worst thing is, one day that if this blows up and we get to go to there, I'm terrified. He looks like a scary motherfucker, bro. Imagine
his
he's
face just makes me feel uncomfortable.
yeah,
He looks like somebody that would do that.
so bad.
But it's just the photos and the way even in the ring is just
Yeah, that's so true, man.
it's bad. It's bad.
Anyway, again, yeah, where are we up to here? So Hernandez, best showcasing from Donald Cerrone in a long time, man.
Well, I'm just so happy that the form that he had, or the fight that he had against Mike Perry, he's taken that into this fight. Now, I'll be honest with you. Before the fight, I'm a Cowboy fan. I love Cowboy. I love the mentality.
Everyone does.
Everybody loves Cowboy. I love the mentality that he has. In that he'll fight anybody. It doesn't really matter who they are. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna fight him, right? I was concerned because Hernandez, young kid, 26, shredded as fuck, and just very quick, very explosive, very, very powerful. And Cerrone's experience just came to fruition. It just seemed like he pieced him apart with a jab. That was the key to it. That first round, just jab. Got the takedown, jab.
Well, I mean, this is where that they're not at this point, right? 26 is too young, I feel. I think when you come up to 28, 29, 30,
Yeah.
it's just a general fight. It's not everyone. But a perfect example is Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
People like that. When you get to this point where youth meets experience,
Yeah.
and that is that pinnacle, the top of the pyramid there, that Cerrone is past the youth part, but the experience is just such a huge part of Cerrone. Man, he comes up against Platinum Mike Perry, right? Who arguably probably one of the heaviest hitters in that division. He'll put most people out. Punches, what he uses that Mike Tyson advice to punch through motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Instead of just punching at them. If he connected clean, I reckon he'd put out Cerrone. He'd put out most people.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, he's a unit. What did he do? What did Cerrone do? He adjusted and finished him.
That's right.
And this was one of the best game plans you could have seen. Those
Correct.
knees.
Or
Basically, what I was getting,
Hernandez was sort of
just
walking forward, and Cerrone would just throw the knee. It was
right to his
easy.
chest, right on the solar plex. bro.
Yeah, and Hernandez didn't adjust. That's the reason why.
Yeah, but 3 rounds. I think 3 rounds.
Was it 3 rounds or was it 2?
Right towards the end of 2. I definitely know
Yeah,
they
I
got
think
into
it was
2
I'm pretty sure it was 2.
with the head kick. Was the technical finish? or-
I'm certain it was 2. What's going on here? UFC.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, you type because that's all over there.
Yep. The Henry versus Henry.
Let's go here. Let's just go.
I bring that down. When was the first? Oh yeah, they moved.
Where's
it.
the whole? Oh,
Yeah, I need to go. Yeah, there you go. So he beat him.
wait. Where's the prelims? Here we go. Round 2.
Right. Okay. So towards the end of round 2, 3-4-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like, he adjusted. This is what you want to see.
Yeah.
Can Conor McGregor now that he's basically in all everything except sign on the dotted line has accepted this fight? When will it happen? We don't know. I don't know if Dana White is as G'd for it. He says he always is, but I don't know if he's actually as G'd for it. Because it's kind of like a money fight. I want Cowboy for it so he can get money for his kid.
Yeah,
he can get
exactly
he can
right.
get that couple $100 paycheck.
And it's a good fight for him if he wants to chase the belt. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
if he goes up to fight at if he goes to fight, obviously number 2 ranked, he's looking for somebody in the top 5. You know, it's good for him.
This is his last run, but that's the end of it.
Is it good for McGregor? Is it good?
Yes.
Is it good business for McGregor? Yes. Is it good for him wanting to get the belt again? Because obviously, after they announced the new belts, he came out and said, "Okay, I'm back." And then Dana White came out and said he's actually extremely interested in coming back to take a belt. Get the
I don't
belt
think
back.
anyone is left other than Khabib that's good business for him.
Yeah.
Like, no one's on a positive. Do you know what I mean? So
Nate?
Nate, sorry, there you go. So Nate 3. But no one's on no one's gonna
Max
bring it
Holloway
up.
again?
Do you know? I don't think so.
You don't think that sells? You don't
I'm thinking
McGregor-
anything McGregor steps into sells,
Yeah.
but not as many people are going to sign up just to see him fight other people. Does that make sense? Like, as in, people want to see him fight Khabib, people want to see him fight Nate, but then for everyone else, really, people just want to see McGregor.
Yeah.
So then you're going to get McGregor numbers,
Yeah.
but then no one's going to elevate that beyond McGregor numbers because there's no one else there that's going to rival his charisma or has beef with him. Now, the Max Holloway one, it's going to do better than most of the fights, probably top of the year that it's in.
Yeah.
But he's not going to get McGregor numbers. He won't beat Nate versus him too, versus Cowboy.
No.
That just won't happen. What I think it is good for the will of the people.
Yeah.
For him to come in and starch Cerrone. Now, what I would love to see more than anything is the old McGregor to come back.
Yep.
For him to stuff takedowns 1 and 2.
Yep.
And then piece him apart. Sorry, stuff takedowns to stop the jiu-jitsu in 1.
Yeah.
And then just absolutely piece. Now, I don't want to see Cowboy getting hurt.
No, of course not.
But I want to see those legendary, 3, 4, 5 strike combos that McGregor pulls off. Seeing him go back to his old self and adjusting.
And that's, I'll tell you what, it's a tough matchup for McGregor as well because Cowboy has all the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say.
His fight against Mike Perry.
But then Mike Perry didn't have any jiu-jitsu.
No, he didn't.
So that's the flip side there. Is that McGregor, we know, has good takedown defense. We know
Yeah.
McGregor can position himself into a good thing.
He can.
But he cannot try outpace Cerrone. Cerrone won't be lured into his game.
No.
He's too old to get lured into his game.
That's right.
I don't think McGregor's going to get under his skin. I don't think McGregor will ever go as far as he did with Khabib ever again, though, because I feel like he did realize he teetered the line there,
Yeah.
and was going to fall off the line when he kind of brought his dad into it. It was funny.
It was funny. Was it disrespectful?
It kind of got
was.
too serious. Does that
Yeah,
make sense? It got a
yeah.
bit too serious, especially when he got into the. Now it's funny to talk about Ali and his bullshit past, but it kind of got a bit odd when he going too much into terror stuff. He terrorist snitch. The sound bites are funny, but it got a bit too serious. Sometimes you're thinking, man, McGregor gonna die, bro? Is someone gonna kill McGregor?
Well, it's just all about him, trying to talk his way out of not talk his way out of the fight, but sort of play mind games with that whole camp, to get them away from focusing on the fight at hand. They're focusing on fuck this guy. Just start talking about fucking me being a snitch. I'm not a snitch. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get what he's doing. I'm saying
then that
I think
turned
it went
into-
too far.
Khabib, go in there and fucking just I don't give a fuck what you do. Fuck the game plan. Just go in there and rip this guy's head off.
Yeah, he did
That's
it.
what he was trying to
Nearly
do.
did it.
And he nearly did.
Neck cranked his head right off.
He did.
Look, I think that McGregor has a very good chance if it's the McGregor.
Yeah. It just all depends on what McGregor we get in the night. If we get the McGregor that fought Eddie Alvarez,
And Jose Aldo.
And Jose Aldo.
Everyone in the featherweight division.
then McGregor wins. If we get the McGregor versus Khabib, might be a tough night for him.
I think, old school McGregor beats everyone.
Yeah.
Every single person.
Yeah,
Bro, Max Holloway eats too many punches to fight McGregor.
correct.
Would Max beat him if somehow he can survive the first 3 rounds? 100%.
Yeah, because Max has all the cardio.
The best cardio in the whole...
That fight against Tony Ferguson.
Why? Why'd you just howl? Why'd you just howl? Make that a sound clip.
That fight against Tony Ferguson versus Max Holloway.
Yeah. You're a fucking idiot. Alright, we'll move on in the card here. before we get bogged down just talking about McGregor? Did you want to have a quick glance at this first?
I don't think they've been updated because obviously
I don't think they have. I don't think they've been updated
they
for
do
a while.
these on Monday, and in America, it's it's still too early for them to. The only person that'll be awake is Mike Tyson and Dana White and potentially Dan Blitzerian
And John Jones.
Yeah, and John Jones.
Still
and John
not.
Jones. Where's the link?
You
Where's the link? You set it up, bro.
you gypped us here.
No, I didn't. It was just up. Go back.
No, which one? This one here?
No.
There we go.
No,
There we go. Here it is here.
The Wikipedia one.
For what? What is this? We need to get a picture-in-picture what's happening on the screen.
Yeah, I know.
100%. We'll work on that. We'll work on that, making
Picture-in-picture.
so then it's
We
not
need
as
a screen
so,
call.
so there's not as much dead time, so you know exactly
What we're trying
what
to do.
we're trying to look at, because that's funny. That comment right up there is fucking hilarious because he's tiny, and all I'm imagining him this tiny doing what yeah,
New York, yeah. Yeah, New York.
New York, yeah.
Yeah, New
New
York.
York. Anyway, so we'll get back onto the card here. So we spoke about this fight, the Hernandez fight. Hernandez had an awesome response there, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's good for him to learn, and that's exactly what you want to come from defeat.
That's right.
Learn through defeat.
That's right.
So then you have Teixeira versus Robinson. That was an awesome fight
Obviously,
as well.
short notice fight for Robertson.
Yeah.
The early, like literally in the first 15 seconds, Robertson looked like he had knocked Teixeira out. And then,
Brutal elbows, man.
yeah. And
So-
then Teixeira got the takedown, submitted him, which is what obviously I predicted that would happen in the first round. I mean, again, tough for Robertson to come in on short notice. Also tough for Teixeira to take a short notice fight like that.
And he old, man.
And it's so crazy. There was a stat 3 fights ago. He was ranked number 2.
4, wasn't it?
4,
4, I think it was. Not 2.
or was it 3?
No, I think it was 4.
He was
He's
ranked
right
inside.
near it.
He was ranked inside the top 5.
In the top
3
5.
fights ago.
I think it
Now
was.
he's ranked 12.
I think it was 5.
Even DC said it on the broadcast. He was like, "It's so weird to see Glover Teixeira so low in the rankings."
Yeah, but I mean, again, he's getting old, man. He's
like
getting old.
Arlovski.
He's
Same thing.
He's getting a big grey in the beard there. So,
He is.
but jiu-jitsu game strong. Came back from
Jiu-jitsu.
why did they give him that opportunity to come back from elbow strikes to the head? Now he went limp. Remember, he went limp, and then he kept going. Then he recovered. He covered up and recovered.
This is. I mean, we'll go into it when we talk about the fight, but this is where TJ was defending himself, in that TJ was apparently.
Well, save it for that fight. I think save it for that fight. Because no, I get what you're saying. Sorry, I brought that up. But we'll save it for that fight because there's not much in that fight.
We'll keep the suspense.
There's 35 seconds of that fight, so there's not really that
32.
much. 32. I apologize. Don't hit me.
don't be
The camera's here,
disrespectful.
so you can't hit me.
Don't
You can't hit me this time, Stefan.
Don't be disrespectful to the gold medalist. Right?
You know what's terrible? You talk about that, and we're just about to go into the Rachel Ostovich fight. Terrible joke, bad taste joke.
Yeah, horrible.
I apologize.
Now, I was really impressed with Ostovich. I was really impressed with Ostovich.
What aspect?
Everything.
The fight game, or?
The fight game. The takedowns, the striking. She fucking took a clean right. A clean right hook to 12 gauge. 12 gauge page. Just absolute rock.
Oh, I get that now. The nickname.
Yes. 12 gauge page.
Yeah, 12 gauge page. I was calling it page 12 gauge Van Zandt. And I'm like, this does not roll off the tongue at all.
See, bro. Oh, bro.
But even
Page 12 gauge Van Zandt.
it doesn't work at all. And that's what I said. I said, someone needs to. I'm going to hit her up on Instagram. I'm going to say, hey, ignore the previous messages I've sent you at 2 o'clock in the morning. Ignore those. Let's talk about your nickname.
But seriously, the takedowns from Ostovich really impressed me. I strongly believe Van Zandt was behind in the cards.
Oh, she was 100%.
Those 2 rounds, she was behind.
100% of takedowns landed.
100% behind in the cards as well. You know, obviously she got the.
No, I'm saying thing landed 100%. Rachel Ostovich, so she's ahead on the cards.
Is that an average? I think that's average.
No, but that's of the fight. That's of this fight in particular. So takedown average 3.2. Takedown accuracy. So of all the takedowns she threw, 100% she landed.
I think that's just an average on all her fights.
You think she's had 100% of takedown things in 4 fights?
Yep. 8 fights. 4 and 4.
Yeah, no, okay, look at this. I don't think that's over. That's off
Go
for
to-
this
go to
fight.
that one, go
See,
to that
look.
Go to that one. Go to Cejudo Dillashaw. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, man. No, okay. No, fair enough. She's landed 100% of her takedowns.
Yep. And she did that against Paige. Same thing.
She's defended 100%. She's never been taken down. So she's Khabib.
Basically. She's basically the female.
Okay, that's my bad.
Except she's 4 and 5.
It was irrelevant. No, I'm not surprised because she's a female she's doing it. I'm surprised that it's her. And she's not better.
Yeah. But she was really good. Obviously, Van Zandt has... She fights out of Gracie Barra. She's got all the jiu-jitsu. Submitted her. That was an uncomfortable finish as well. Obviously,
Awesome.
After yeah, it was.
Finish,
It was.
man.
After the fight, after the Vitch was in a sling, that was a...
It was a bit looking for them likes.
It was funny because she injured the other hand. I'm joking.
I injured her hand as well.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah,
Next week replace the different dude sitting here. But say nothing, just continue.
white guy.
Just real white guy, good. Pasty, redhead. He's a redheaded guy.
Andrew Santino sits right here.
I love that.
Yeah.
He's my favorite comedian right now.
It's very funny.
He's fucking hilarious.
Very
Anyway,
funny. Paige Van Zandt. Yeah, she... Tough division, man. Like, her versus Valentina Shevchenko.
no. I was about to answer that question right now. Are these girls, these women,
It's tough.
Are these women honestly, in any other sense, are they good enough? I'm talking about they're not there just because they're looks. They're great fighters. I'm just saying. I feel like there are huge hollow spots in the divisions now, just like in the lightweight division.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening now with the female fighters.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because when you look at the top 5 of the women's divisions, it's very, very, very tough. When you look at some of these fighters and you compare them to, someone like Jessica. Hey, look, that top 5, Joanna, those fighters against Joanna.
I'm not saying it. I mean, how's Joanna's ground game? From what I remember, it's not incredible. Yeah, what are you looking at me like that for?
Joanna's ground game
Yeah.
isn't incredible.
No, she's not known for her jiu-jitsu.
Let's have a look at the.
Go. I'm happy to have a look at it.
Obviously, she's
I
lost
could be
3 in a
wrong.
row. She's lost 3 in a row.
No, she won.
sure.
She won a fight.
Sorry, yeah, she beat Tisha Torres. Sorry.
That was a close fight, man.
All decisions as well, eh? Decision. KO. I am certain that she submitted someone. Well, fuck me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm completely wrong.
Yeah, you are.
You're completely right.
Look right down there.
Graphic
Look right down here. No, look. She has obviously her stand-up game. In terms
One
of
win by submission.
Yeah, I'm just saying she's not known for her.
Yeah,
her
I know.
Her,
She's not.
Her
No, you're right.
stand. How do you say that? Her Muay Thai grappling is awesome. She's good on her feet.
Yeah.
Up against the cage, being able to prevent it going to that position.
Yep.
Yes, that's great. I'm just saying she's not. So would Paige be able to take her there? Is a question. Would Rachel Ostovich be able to take her there?
No, because I don't think. Oh man.
I mean,
honestly,
with 100% takedown accuracy, bro.
I think Paige probably has a bit. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think Paige Van Zandt will probably have a better chance of submitting somebody like Joanna.
Well, I think Joanna's broken. Mentally,
At the
she's
moment,
broken.
yeah,
No,
at
I
the
think
moment.
that's it for her.
Yeah.
It only takes one thing. I think she's broken. I think I said this before. Cody Garbrandt. I think he's broken.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see in his next.
Yeah,
fight.
we'll see.
We'll see. Joseph Benavidez. What a dominant performance, Joseph Benavidez.
This was my fight of the night.
Yeah, me too.
Unbelievable stamina.
Yeah,
Non-stop.
both from
three
both
rounds,
fighters.
man.
From both fighters, they were just non-stop 3 rounds. The cardio on both of them was ridiculous. They were just putting on a clinic.
I think Benavidez only through age there, right? He's a fair bit older than
Yes.
Ortiz, right?
Yes.
I think kind of maybe it was a bit of the age. They caught up to him. I think the last minute he was struggling a lot there when that last takedown landed by Ortiz.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get but man, ridiculous fucking pace.
Yeah.
And we're saying this before when we're watching the fight. The sprawling in the featherweight division
So quick.
is the greatest shit you can
It's
watch.
so good to see. It's so good to watch.
Ridiculous, getting out of some holds and submissions and getting back up and landing strikes right off the back foot.
And I'll tell you something as well. It's the fight that the flyweight division needed, I think.
It was a great
If you're an
showcasing for
MMA
that.
enthusiast, even for a casual fan, that was the fight that needed to happen to better advance that flyweight division.
100%.
Especially on a card like this, where they're already promoting that Cejudo needed to win that fight to save the lightweight division.
100%. So big ups to Joseph Benavidez, man, because that was an awesome fight from him.
100%. Jiu-jitsu.
I feel like he would finish Cejudo.
It'd be a fucking great fight, that's for sure. I think that needs to be the next fight in that flyweight division.
Yeah, they need to confirm that other thing as well. I think I was showing you before in that Cejudo said he came in at 146. 146. He 24 hours before weighed 125.
That's ridiculous.
Is that real? Or is he talking shit? But he looked big. He looks huge,
Wait. Did
man.
he, in that interview, did he say that he was a gold medalist?
6 times, probably.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Maybe the gold was part of his weight there.
Potentially.
It just absorbs it into him
Potentially. Oh.
and just comes out.
What's that? There's a show where you take the middle part off and you become like a... Oh, what's that show? It's like an animated show.
It's a porno, bro.
It's not. Oh my!
You're just watching weird porn, bro. And that's what you're talking about is someone taking a load on the chest, bro. That's what you're talking about.
There's a TV show. It's an animation
Look.
It's Iron Man, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Iron
first
Man.
off, you should
Iron
have just
Man.
left it because that's even worse that you didn't remember.
Iron Man.
I was gonna say Iron Man, but I was gonna think this motherfucker cannot.
Iron
not
Man. He
remember-
pulls that middle part out.
When does he
That's
pull it out?
Cejudo with the gold medal.
When does he pull it out? I have
You know
two
what?
Marvel characters tattooed on my leg.
Not one of them are Iron Man.
Okay.
So shut the fuck up.
When does he ever pull that out? It keeps him alive.
That's right.
Why would he pull it out to show people?
That's right. He didn't pull out and go, look at this.
So who that does what?
I'm just making the example that Cejudo, as the joke, the 146 pounds, as he pulls it out like fucking, you know what? Fuck off. Fuck this. No.
No, look, great fight. We'll move on. The Gillespie versus Medeiros fight.
Grigo Gillespie didn't stop talking. Some say he's still talking. But it's bad, because his bag got stolen. His fight bag got stolen with his wallet and stuff in it.
I'm sure he'll let everyone know.
He did let everyone know.
Yeah, he'll continue to let everyone know.
He did.
He's got the gift of the gab.
Yes, well, he does have the gift of the gab.
There you go.
Like I said, some say he's still talking. All the talking, but all the fighting.
Fucking awesome fight.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the people booing. The dumb drunk cunts that are in there just screaming.
Made no
bro,
sense.
all the pressure. Mm-hmm. All the pressure in the world. Did he just chuck a
didn't-
Colby Covington?
It didn't let Medeiros breathe at all.
Medeiros landed one strike.
One strike.
That was the worst showcasing I've seen from someone who has some pedigree.
He does.
Trains with some great people.
15-6.
How he did nothing. Now, what was he waiting for? Or had he resigned to his fate? Do you think he just resigned to his fate?
It seemed like it was very similar to Barbosa against Khabib.
Oh, come on, Barboza. No, I get what you're saying.
Barbosa had a bit of striking in there, obviously, but that vision of Barbosa up against the cage was
Hello,
like
darkness, my old friend.
correct. It was very similar to that, and you just feel like I'm done.
But there was nothing from him.
I know.
That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like
there was
Barboza.
no output because he was just overwhelmed with so much.
Remember, Barboza was gassed just from trying to stop shit.
Yeah, I understand.
I
that.
feel like
But
he did nothing.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He didn't know what to do.
What?
It was
What do
overwhelmed.
you mean you know what to do?
He was overwhelmed with how much pressure, and maybe he didn't expect Gillespie to come out with that
And I know
much
it's
pressure.
easy to talk shit, but I don't feel like it was anything to do with fear. I'd be scared fighting him.
Of course.
Okay,
But he's
I'd admit
generally
I'm
a nice
bitch.
guy outside.
No, of course. I'm just saying I'd be a bitch fighting him, and I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that that I'd go in there guns blazing and knock the cunt out. I'd get mauled. But what I'm trying to say is that you're a professional fighter.
Mm-hmm.
There's two parts to it. You need to fight for yourself and for your family, but you're also fighting because you're in an entertainment business.
Correct.
He did nothing, man. That was a terrible fight.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have people like me and you at that point, when there's not even that much to do, and even you check your phone, you know it's a fucking boring fight, man.
Yeah.
Like, I was really disappointed, man. I was going for Yancey in that fight.
Yeah. I wasn't.
You weren't?
No.
He puts people out, man.
12-0 going into this fight. Obviously, now he's moved to 13-0. Vicious guy, man. He can do it all. He can submit.
Yeah, no. He's got a sick record.
He's got great cardio. He's got that knockout power.
Nearly a 50-50 split between subs and KOs.
Correct.
Rarely goes to the decision, but it goes to the decision when it needs to. He knew that I don't think he could go on the feet with Yancey. I don't think he could take Yancey to the feet.
No.
And look, I agree with that. I just feel like I was expecting more from a response from Yancey in terms of, maybe even the first. Look, you resigned to your fame, the third, that's the third.
Yeah.
You're gassed, that's it. I don't feel like he was even gassed by the end of that fight.
Didn't look gassed at all.
He could have gone another couple rounds, I felt, but if it was the same shit, it was said, cut this shit off. So,
yeah.
Awesome for Gregor, man. It's good to see someone.
And it's good to see. It's good, but it's not good to see another competitor. It makes good matchups in the lightweight division.
100%.
Makes some great matchups. I mean, for him to get up to jump the rankings in the lightweight division. I mean, open that one up. Lightweight. There it is.
With Islam
Makhachev. Why is he in the rankings?
I don't know, man.
Anyway.
James Vick.
Is this updated? Has it been updated?
I do not think so. Or as of when are you talking? As of right now?
Yeah.
Like as of the last yesterday's fight?
Yeah.
No, it's not updated yet.
Was Gillespie ranked 15 yesterday?
He was non-ranked. So yeah.
So that's updated.
Because he's on tied. No, he's on tied. He was ranked 15.
So he was ranked yesterday.
But like not an actual ranking because he's still tied. So that's why I wasn't appearing on some things.
Okay.
So he's a tied ranking. Now he will move up to maybe a definite 15, or he's gonna Paul Felder.
But he didn't verse anybody in the rankings.
No, that's true.
He has no way to jump.
No, but someone that hasn't been active for a while will move down one.
Well, don't forget, Cowboy's going to go into those rankings. Hernandez will drop down. So Cowboy will probably jump into that top 10.
Yeah, no, well, just for his pedigree, he'll drop into the top 10.
Yeah.
Man, Pettis should have fought Cowboy.
No.
What's he doing?
Well, he's fighting Wonderboy.
Nah, again, I was saying this before. I think he's got a chance.
When that comes around, we'll discuss it more. But he definitely does have a chance.
Good fight. Anthony Pettis. Good fight for him. Cowboy.
Yeah.
He could probably fucking piece Cowboy apart.
Against Justin Gaethje.
And we know Pettis can sub people. We know he got takedown defense. He can strike.
Yep.
And he's got a beast of a fucking willpower to keep going. Mm-hmm. Broke his hand, wanted to keep fighting. They made him stop.
Kevin Lee versus Cowboy. That's a good fight. Very good fight. All right.
So now we're at the back. We've come back around to the Greg Hardy fight. We won't talk about it. We spoke about it too much.
We've already spoken about it.
So we'll move straight to the champ fight. The big littlest champ fight that we've had. Probably the most uninteresting champ fight we've had yet, though, I feel.
Yeah. Well, they made it interesting in the sense that it was to save the flyweight.
No one confirmed that. No one ever confirmed that.
No one ever confirmed that.
Cejudo just kept talking shit. He would not shut the fuck up about him being the savior for it. No one said this is going to stay.
Yeah. And it was funny because even in the press conference before, the last press conference before the fight, he was saying, Uncle Dana, if I beat TJ, you save the flyweight division. And then Dana turned around and said, we'll see what happens.
I want Dana to keep the flyweight division, but just drop Cejudo.
That would be great.
And that would be hilarious. No, I mean,
I saw a meme. It was, I fucking laughed. It was so funny. There was a photo of Dana, and then the comment underneath was, how about we keep the flyweights and just dump the bantamweight division?
That'd be burning, huh? They should have put both the divisions up.
Now, we had this discussion on the weekend. Before we dive into this fight real quick, we had this discussion on the weekend about champ fights, right? The person challenging for the two belts doesn't really have anything to lose.
Yeah, nothing.
So, do you think that in this instance, TJ was challenging Henry? Do you think that if TJ loses, which he did, he should have to give up his belt in his own weight division since he's come off a loss?
There needs to be something for you to lose. Now I'm thinking maybe you have to sign a contract.
Because they're coming into these fights no pressure.
No, I think they need to come into the contract maybe at the least with the contract says there has to be a rematch at your division with the person you just fought.
That's good. That's a good one.
I think that's the easiest one that will happen.
like
that could happen. TJ has to find like a rematch clause, which a lot of fighters actually have rematch clauses in there.
Yeah.
I think obviously TJ had one with Cody Garbrandt.
Yep.
So if you put that in there, then that's definitely what should happen. Because I think that's the best way to do it. Because look, man, if I lose, this motherfucker's gonna come chase me to my own division and rip that belt from me.
Yep.
Now, I'll change my tone right now and say that if it's true that Cejudo comes in at 146, okay, he'll walk through him again.
Yeah.
He'll walk through him again. Because Ben Askren, I was talking to Ben Askren.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently.
Yeah, how is he?
He's good. He's very funky.
Yeah, cool.
He's still funky living, bro.
The funky living.
Sorry, I was going to say, that wrestlers, and then you see this a lot, they have this different mentality where they come from. They do it from age like 10.
Yeah.
And so I would not be surprised that Cejudo comes in even heavier than fucking 146 when he's fighting a bantamweight. Now, they won't do it. They'll do like a long camp, maybe beyond 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And he'll just slowly pack on the muscle, keep the thing. But I don't think he'll shoot for 5 rounds. I think he'll definitely know, look, I'm going to be bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pound this cunt within the first 3.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I think what will happen. That's what I think, that he'll still walk through him again. I think TJ's got his chin is just not there anymore.
Well,
it was never there to be.
Well, it seems like obviously he drained himself something severely in this fight.
Yes.
Now the last place that your body regains its hydration is in the brain.
Oh look, Beck Rawlins said that on Twitter.
Did say
Was that confirmed? But I didn't look into it. Dr. Stefan.
Yeah.
No, like legit, it makes sense because things like that are not. I mean, if you look at it in terms of where liquids and stuff in your body have to move or hydrate.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like your vital organs and the brain, the fluid around your brain is not in terms of like. Again, this is just from what I fucking have read.
Yeah.
It's not as needed because it's just for shock absorption and I assume many other.
But if that's a little bit drained for shock absorption.
Exactly, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. So it would make sense for that to be one of the last parts because you'd want everything else to be, your body for everything else to be ready to go.
Correct. Now, when you think about TJ's last 3 fights, obviously the 2 fights against Cody, they were undeniably, he came out and just was looking to strike and just, get into those exchanges and exchange with his striking and try and get the knockout. Obviously successful against Garbrandt because Garbrandt is that style of fighter where he wants to stand in the pocket and just right. One thing that I was hoping to see was Dillashaw's last fight. I think it was UFC 200. Who was it against in UFC 200? Please help me out, bro. You got no idea.
No, I cannot. Complete blank.
Where's his record? UFC 200. Asuncao.
Yep.
Pieced him apart. Actually, Asuncao, the fight against Asuncao, and then the fight against John Lineker. Both fights so calculated, had a game plan, pieced them both apart, absolutely dominated that fight. Right? Absolutely dominated that fight. He seems like he's gotten a little bit cocky, changed his game plan around to just want to get in there and strike. Forget everything else, forget the angles, forget his takedowns, and just come in and stand in front of these guys and fight.
Look, I get what you're saying. I think that
It just didn't work against Cejudo.
I think he did that in the second. Yeah, but my point is he didn't have time.
Well, of course he didn't have time.
I think I disagree with what you say, but I think I said literally the first 10 seconds when he came in and started switching up those angles, man. I'm like, whoa, but Cejudo's in for a time. That weird how he switches up into that in between the orthodox and southpaw, and he's standing literally front on.
Yep.
And then he like front on, and he's got his right hand down, I believe. He's got his left hand down. And you just don't know where he's gonna go.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna come in with the uppercut, move forward, or he come with the overhand, and then from there, he's wherever the throwing hand lands.
Yeah.
The stance changes. And that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
No one really does that.
Do you think it was an early stoppage?
Well, man, I was just about to when you came over, we watched that. I was watching that little clip on Instagram, and I was saying as I was watching that video, I think it was early until I saw the last drop when he was on his side towards the cage, and he crumpled again.
Yeah.
The 2 first ones, if they would have stopped it, I would have fucking pegged
100%.
pegged my remote.
100%. But there's that last drop of him. Now TJ's coming out and he's saying that Cejudo obviously didn't win.
No,
the fight.
fuck that.
That gave me the
Shut
shits.
your mouth, bro. Yeah.
It was very much reminded me of Joanna losing the first fight against Rose when she came out. She's like, I'm still the champion. She's nobody. Blah, 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 right? Makes me sick. Just go out like a champion at the end of the day. The way that he's being sort of condescending and smart ass, being like, you know what, Henry, well done, thank you, you beat me, you know what, but you didn't beat me.
Yeah.
What are you saying, bro? Relax. But he's saying that he was shooting for a single leg. The referee asked him, you need to see some movement from you. And TJ turned around and said, I'm good, and was shooting for a single leg to go for the takedown. To me, it looked like he was out. He was flatlined out. He was wobbly. He was already rattled.
I don't think it was flatlined ever.
No, he wasn't flatline like out, but I'm saying like he was wobbled. It was really rocked, and it didn't look like there was any coming back from that moment.
There's definitely coming back from it. I mean, as I just
Depends,
said,
yeah, but
Teixeira went limp. Teixeira went limp for fucking a couple seconds.
But it was in the position that. So Teixeira
fell into a position to hold it.
So Teixeira was attempting the takedown when Robertson was shooting with those, but it didn't collapse head first. Collapsed while still holding on.
Yeah, but I feel like because that's what that position he was in though. So if say he wasn't,
that's why TJ wasn't in that position at all. He couldn't get to that position. But
I agree. What I'm saying now is the Teixeira one. He was already moving through that motion and then got finished. If Teixeira was like this and say the same amount of damage was put on him, you think he would have fallen into he wouldn't have continued the takedown. He was already in the position of a takedown. So luckily, and that happens to a lot of fighters.
It does.
Like, oh fuck, they get put. Oh, I get into this, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
No, that happens to a lot of fighters actually. They get put up, but they're in that little pocket where you can't see them.
Yeah.
And they recover for that little bit of Robert Whittaker getting dropped the second time in round 5. Yeah. He dropped straight down to his knees.
It's a smart way to get out of those moments is to go shoot for a takedown straight away.
That's what he did.
Yeah, but TJ couldn't secure the takedown. He was still getting pieced apart. Got done.
Look, the only thing I'm going to say is that if we're going to agree that champs need more time, then yes, it was early stoppage. If we're just going with everyone deserves the exact same treatment,
which is
then it was the.
I think everyone deserves the same treatment.
Hey, Uncle Bobby Dana disagrees, bro.
Uncle Bobby Dana thinks that was an absolutely filthy stoppage.
Yeah, no, he's angry. He's pink. He's gone full pink.
He's gone full pink. He's gone Majin Buu pink.
Imagine him, Majin Buu, eating all the fighters.
You know what we need? We need a loyal listener to recreate photos like everybody else that we listen to does. Yeah. That they create a photo of Majin Buu but with Dana White's face.
What we need is one listener to start with, and then we'll see if we can get a loyal one.
Nobody listens to us. Surprisingly, we are growing, which is really well. No. So thank you guys for the support. We really appreciate it.
Really do appreciate it. I mean, Facebook's doing. I'll eat that.
We're a part of obviously like a few groups on Facebook. It's good because I love the one thing that I love about MMA is that we can just talk and talk and talk and talk about it. And there's so many different points and viewpoints and opinions. And it's why we do what we do for the opinions. I love hearing different people's opinions. You know, you and I. At times, obviously, right now we didn't have the same opinion on things. I enjoy it. I enjoy listening to different opinions.
Oh, we need to do backstage stuff because you would have loved the.
Yeah, would love a media pass.
Yeah, no, that'd be so sick.
Because I know that, you know, Dana White listens to this podcast.
Oh, for sure.
Dana, a couple of media passes, please.
Uncle Bob, Dana. We just need to get through the stage of just being left unseen.
Correct.
We need to get through that stage first.
Correct.
We need to get people on the podcast.
Yes.
And then we'll see if we can get a media pass.
Yes. We have an open door policy here.
Basically, we're just like a thirsty kind of night trying to hit up a girl. Just being left unseen. But
by all these MMA fighters, which is good. Yeah. Which is cool because we understand, obviously, they're in training. They've got thousands of followers.
No. Fuck all of them.
No, don't say that.
I'm joking.
Don't say that.
I'm joking.
Who's next for Cejudo? Do you think that fight against Benavidez is best? Now, do you think the flyweight division...
I don't think he's going. I think he's going up.
You think he's going to fight TJ next?
Yeah.
TJ doesn't deserve another big fight like that after a display like that.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Do you think that the flyweight division has been saved?
No. Just a matter of time.
Because I think the flyweight...
Can Benavidez go up?
To have title fights on UFC... on ESPN Plus, I think it's good for them to have title fights on there. You can use the flyweights and the bantamweights. I think anything above bantamweight, pay-per-view.
But look, when was the last time This has never happened in a long. Sorry, it hasn't happened in a long time with a flyweight fighter being on the main card. It hasn't happened in a long time. Demetrius Johnson was the greatest fighter of all time. No,
That fight against Cejudo.
that was on a card with someone else.
Oh, it was a co-main.
There
It was
you
a
go.
co-main. You're right. It was a co-main event.
Hasn't happened for a long time. Dana White, Uncle Dana Bobby White, Uncle Babu Dana White,
Uncle Bobby Dana, Bobby White, Dana, Bobby White, Dana, Bobby.
literally said, I'm pretty sure word for word, he said like you can't bring in the numbers to DJ.
He did.
So he won't give him his own card.
He did.
But anyway, I mean, is there anything else you'd like to cover today?
Well, there is some fights this weekend. Notably, the top two fights. Sorry, the top three fights on this card.
Yep.
Are the most notable ones. Now this is Bellator, Bellator 214. That's happening for us on Sunday.
Their Saturday, our Sunday.
Our Sunday. So their Australia Day and our non-Australian Day.
Our
Recovery Day.
Yeah.
So this one's the heavyweight world Grand Prix final. It's Fedor versus Ryan Bader. Then that's the main event. Then you got Aaron Pico versus Henry Corrales. Aaron Pico he had his first loss, his last fight. Aaron Pico, if you don't know anything about Aaron Pico, Google him.
Yeah, I need to Google him.
He's an unbelievable fighter. He's
4-1?
honestly coming up at 145, one of the next best things at 145. I expect
With a record of 5 fights.
I expect to see him in the UFC. 100% expect to see him in the UFC.
Okay, that's a big call, man.
It is. And cap this.
Yep.
Video or audio.
What was that noise?
I don't know. I was trying to figure out what word I want to use.
Record?
I was going to say screen cap. I was going to say screen cap, but then I didn't want to screen cap it because then that's just a photo.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Of a screen that we're not on.
Just a
Makes
picture
no
of
sense.
it, yeah.
And then you've got the MMA debut of Jake Hager, otherwise known as We the People. The People.
Yeah. No.
So he used
again,
to
unaware.
he used to be Jack Swagger out of the WWE, making his UFC debut. Now he's versing somebody that has a record of 0-1. So 0-1 guy gonna get fed. Do you know why? I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna ask me, does he have any type of background in fighting at all?
Does he have any type of background?
He used to be a college wrestler out of the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So, good luck, J.W. Kaiser.
Hey, we don't know the amateur career. Look at CM Punk. He went up against someone that was 0-1.
Yes.
That guy ended up having multiple fights in his amateur career.
But also, CM Punk has zero background in
No,
anything.
I know what you're saying. But this guy could have also been a college wrestler. He could also have had multiple fights in his
That's
thing.
right.
The wrestling can only take you so far.
That's
Ben
right.
Askren proves that point. Ben Askren is the exception to that point. Sorry.
Correct.
But he also learned how to not take a punch.
Correct. Also,
You know him more than I do. I'm just making an observation.
yeah, well, again, I only seen him in WWE.
Fuck me.
Also,
6'7".
6'7" versus 6
Oh,
foot.
fuck, I didn't
Also,
even look, yeah.
254 versus 220.
And what about that on the
This
the
guy
fight
should be
night?
cutting down to light heavyweight, but he's not. He's fighting in heavyweight.
He's so worried that his picture won't even appear
Correct. Because he's pretty much just he's been brought in for one fight.
to feed him. He's being fed.
Basically.
Yeah. This is Goliath. Of
Which is a good idea for somebody that is already coming in with a name. You want to give this guy as much attention as possible.
How old is he?
So if he comes in, probably in his 30s.
Oh, well, there you go. The 82. Yeah. So he's early 30s.
Yeah. So if he comes in, he's coming in already with a name. You want to get as many highlights of this guy starching people as
Late
possible.
30s. Fuck, late 30s.
Yeah. So you want to get as many highlights of him knocking people out.
That's a bit of a
Or
late time
submitting
to
people
start,
out.
though, huh?
It is. Let's look at CM Punk. Same thing.
Too late.
Yeah. Too late. Also, no background. Just money.
Yeah. Look. Yeah.
Anyway,
See what happens.
yeah. So they're the fights. You know, the rest of the card I'm not going to go into because I don't know enough about it. But Fedor, it's always exciting.
It's
seeing
always good to see
Fedor
Fedor.
fight.
Took out Chael Sonnen.
I think that Ryan Bader gets it done.
Ryan Bader, known for his wrestling.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like he gets it done. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that Bader, I think his cardio game might be too much for Fedor. And, obviously Fedor's known for just knocking people out, basically.
And Fedor's got I mean, but he's Russian, and they break all the rules.
I know.
They break all the rules, and they break all the elections.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I don't want to die, but now for saying that.
They also like to cheat at Olympic Games.
Now you're gonna die as well.
Did you know that Henry Cejudo won a gold medal, bro?
Oh, really? Was he part of the Russian team?
No. All right, that's it. We're done. We don't need to speak anymore. We're done. Anything else you want to cover off?
No.
Any general business you want to cover?
We'll just bring it back to how you're racist.
I'm not racist.
I'll bring this up every podcast.
Thank you so much for listening. This is the Championship Rounds podcast.
Stefan's gonna get to a KKK meeting.
Arrivederci.
Yalla bye.
No. Arrivederci. Yalla bye.